got Justin Malcolm's Cutlass in here. We're gonna do a little cam swap, a little R&B Cutlass. You see we already got kind of rolling on it. We're just gonna swap it in the car, but we're gonna wind up pulling the motor out just because he's got a few leaks anyway. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull the motor out of it and get this thing switched out and see if we can get this new cam in there. Make the engine match the way the car looks anyway. Like I said, it deserves to sound a little bit better. Alright, so we got Justin's motor out, everything tore down. Found a couple issues. I don't know if you remember the original video where we were trying to do the burnout and it popped back to the intake. But so the first major issue was it actually had blown the intake gasket right there on that corner. It did have one or two cam loads. They weren't totally wiped, but they were wiped a little bit, you know, enough to cause an issue as far as not running right. But we're gonna go ahead and, since we got everything out, just tear everything down, get it all cleaned up, clean out all the oil galleys. We're gonna go ahead and check the bearings, just make sure everything's good while we got the engine out. Go ahead and put a new rim rain seal in, new oil pan gaskets, just put new intake gaskets, get it all cleaned up. And originally it had a just a flat tappet hydraulic cam in it. We are switching it over. He wanted to switch over to like a retrofit roller cam, so we're gonna do that. Get everything set back up, put new timing chain, just get everything cleaned up, put back together, paint the motor back, get everything set over in the car. Should sound a lot better. It's a little bit bigger cam that we're putting in it, so it should change the attitude of the engine a little bit. So we should get everything back together here in the next day or two. So just stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on this, and we'll see what this thing sounds like.
Put you on.
All right. Yeah, what we're gonna do? You take your black marker. This is where you can check your push rod length. If you see right here, that was where the original mark is on top of that valve. You see it right there, where the line goes across it. So basically what we'll do is we'll take a black marker. I know they're gonna wind up having to be shorter just because I can tell by the way they look, but we'll put a black mark on top of the valves and we'll run our rockers down, spin the motor over, cycle it through, and it'll leave a print where that rocker lands, where that roller tip. You want it to be in the center of the valve. So let me get these little rockers.
You might use B-roll you want.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically. It's just a different design of the lifter. It's got everything up higher. So basically we just got to check it and make sure we get everything where we need to be. Check it here first. See what we got. It's probably gonna be a little too long right there. So you just want to run it down to 0 lash basically and cycle it through. Hopefully she'll leave a mark on there. All right, so if you can see now, this is the one we marked right here. Just solid black. You can see now where the line is on the top of the valve tip. So that's about dead middle. We'll probably lengthen it just a little bit. Make it go back a little more, but it's close right there. You just run it down to 0, just for this part anyway. Just cycle it through. Run that where it's all the way down. And pop it back loose. See what it does. Yeah, see, we're still right dead in the middle. Needs to come just a little bit. We'll make a slight adjustment. That made it a little bit. Check this side. I always check both just to make sure. Cycle this one through. See if we get lucky. Yep. Right there. Dead nuts.
It ain't gonna go too fast. It ain't gonna go too fast, man.
And I don't know how fast first gear is, but I tell you what, go there. We'll kill mosquitoes on the way.
Huh?
We'll kill mosquitoes on the way. That something smelling like a motherfucker.
It said to kill mosquitoes on the
For sure. Looking like your goddamn diesel. It look like your cold started diesel at negative 15.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Get some mosquitoes on the way.
Yeah, you know what the problem is?
A Ford?
No.
Yeah, it would
Oh, that's the problem right there.
No, man.
I'm telling you.
There shouldn't be no problem, though. There shouldn't even be no problem.
Let me tell you what the problem is.
What is it?
800 horsepower to the goddamn tires and everything fucking stock in the goddamn car.
Tell you the problem with it, or what you're talking to.
That's the problem.
The problem is the person that's driving the motherfucker.
No, you be rumping on it every time you get in.
You don't spend all this goddamn money not to. What's going on, fam? I'm turning it down, he's got to see.
You put my late ones in.
You about to crank that up?
Yo.
I always want to turn the radio.
Yeah,
You tell him this way he needs to put it in the street car.
All right, we got Justin's motor back in. Starting to put everything back together now. Got the passenger header on. Kind of cleaned the motor up a little bit, painted it, make it look a little bit better. We're gonna start hooking up all the accessories now, get the transmission all bolted back in, get the motor mounts bolted all the way up. Should hear this thing run here in just a little while.
All right, we're getting a little closer. Still got to drop the distributor in, get it primed up, get all the wires situated, get the belt and get the fan put back on it. But it's starting to come together. We should have it running here shortly, but I'm gonna prime everything up before we drop the distributor in and make sure we got good oil pressure everywhere. Then we'll get everything set up, get it ready to crank. He needs to put electric fans on this thing.
Flex fan.
Yeah, it's still got a straight flex fan on it.
Yeah, it takes away power, don't it?
Yeah, a little bit. You already got the headers and all that bolted up.
Yep. I just got bolted up the flanges. Probably got need some more silicone to put on the flanges because they were rough looking, buddy.
On the bottom?
Yeah. Otherwise, I got a spark plug jack, headers on, carburetor's on. Got about everything. Up here. I get the fan and the belt on. Yeah, I just raised it up to the bottom and done.
We gotta run the new fuel pump, but we're not gonna put it on right away. You gotta tighten it up before it don't go.
Yeah, the pulley just come loose when I tightened it up there. And I can figure out how to do this. Because there's not really much room for air.
No, it's tight fit in there. Don't need that to fly off. Leave him stranded.
So they had a 3/8 bolt ran through here.
Yeah.
It's like a half inch.
Yeah, stick a half. They got too small bolt in that.
So I can figure out how big a space area I put. That space is gonna be cut down a little bit.
Oh, to get it to line up right.
Yeah, it's way out hit this.
Oh, I got you.
This belt.
So we got Justin's Cutlass all finished up. Like I said, we did a little cam swap. Just kind of cleaned the motor up, painted everything. Put new seals in it, just regasketed the motor. Also went and put longer studs in the rear. And put a set of just new brake shoes on the back. It turned out really good. I'm gonna crank it up, let y'all hear it run. So that's pretty much going to wrap us up on that one. So y'all check out the video. Tell us what you think. Thank you.